Hello again. It's Dr. Nina, and I want to talk to you a bit about transcription, which is a wonderful and tedious activity that we are asking that you do in the Techniques of Counseling class with each and every mock counseling video that you will be submitting this term. That means that the first one is due at the end of week 4. So I use the word tedious because I don't think there's any better way to describe it. You have to write verbatim, word for word, every single thing that the client says and that you say, and there's really no shortcut, no technology that's going to do it for you. And you are proscribed from using any other person to do this for you because it breaches confidentiality. It also sidesteps the wonder and the awesomeness of this particular activity as a learning activity, and I'll explain that in a minute. But first, a little bit about the transcription form itself. You will find the form that you are to use under the course info area in the left navigation panel of the classroom. And this form, this video transcription form, actually stretches because at the bottom right-hand corner, if you hover over it with your mouse, you will see a little box show up and you can actually add lines. And so obviously you're going to have to add as many lines as you need, and oftentimes this is pages long. But the process is that you will put one statement, a client statement, and then the next responding statement, counselor statement, in each box successively. Now, as you look across the form, you have not only the statement, but you have an area where the skills that you, the counselor, are using should be included. And that means that you have to identify which of the skills that you're using. There is a list of abbreviations that you can use that you will find very helpful at the bottom of the transcription form. And it's those abbreviations that we expect to see in that column. And I would focus mostly upon the required skills of each of the 4 videos this term. So for week 4, you will have to identify where you use attending skills, encouragers, paraphrasing with checkout, and reflection of feeling or significance. Okay, so once you have identified where in that mock counseling session you have used those wonderful skills or attempted to, then you have another column to the right of that for commentary. Now this is a great opportunity for you to become self-aware. So as you watch and watch and watch, because you're going to be sitting there retyping and typing the various things that the client and you have said, you will notice things. You will notice that you may remember a certain feeling or confusion or thought process. Please include in that commentary column anything that you think of as being noteworthy that would help your instructor to respond and give you good feedback. It's almost like having one of us sitting right there next to you, helping you, aiding you in maybe helping you with some confusion that you might have. I wasn't really sure what to say here, and your instructor can at that point either respond on the transcription form itself, or they may respond to your queries and your questions and your comments only on the video submission rubric, which you will receive with all of the grades for each and feedback for each of the skills. So you have 3 columns. Here's the column with the actual transcription, and then there's the column identifying the skills that you've used, and then there's the column of process comments. And you don't have to make a comment after every single statement. Do remember that only the counseling skills, only the counselor's skills need to be identified. And here's the key. Ultimately, the benefit of doing a transcription is it helps you to become aware of what it is you do. Of course, you're going to be aware of it because you're probably more critical of yourself than any of your instructors will be. So you're thinking in your head things about what you should or shouldn't be doing. But this is a different kind of awareness. This is and a logical and an intentional awareness. In fact, that word intentional is important. Many of you use these skills quite naturally. That's not what we're aiming for. A trained mental health counselor uses these particular skills, which help to build a very strong therapeutic relationship, which help us to walk in the shoes of our client and really lose our own egos. These skills have to be used intentionally, not just naturally. And the best way to develop an intentional use of skills is to develop the awareness that will happen, trust me, as you sit and type and copy each and every statement in your mock counseling session. So be happy that it's only about 10 minutes long. I think that's all I wanted to tell you about transcription. It will take you a lot of time to do, more time than you think, and so you must get your mock counseling session video, the one that you want to keep, because of course you're probably going to do a couple of them or several practices during the week. But you get it done as soon as you can, and choose that, because you might want to take a day or two or leave a day or two before the whole assignment needs to be submitted in order to complete your transcription form. Remember that when you submit your assignment, there should be 3 parts. There is the video itself, which is being submitted through the Kaltura Media Uploader, and then you will use the paperclip icon to attach 2 documents. One is the scan, which might be a photo from your cell phone of the signed document. It has to be signed with a real signature, not an electronic signature, which is the video voice release that you will have dated and signed for each separate mock counseling session and by your client. And also you need to attach the transcription form. This is quite an adventure. I think you'll find it very valuable. And if I've lied to you and it's not valuable, feel free to email me. Okay, good luck and have a good time next week with this. Bye.